We begin tonight with Senator Lindsey Graham. We learned today that a Georgia grand jury recommended he face charges in connection with their 2020 election probe.
The senator, who is a staunch supporter of former President Trump, made phone calls to the Georgia Secretary of State after the election, asking questions about the vote count and about mail-in ballots. But Graham maintains he did nothing wrong, and at the end of the day, he points out the prosecutor decided not to press charges. Here's Zoe Henry.
Senator Lindsey Graham says he was just doing his job when he made phone calls questioning Georgia's election results. The senator says he was on a fact-finding mission as then chairman of the Senate Judiciary Committee.
This is troubling for the country. We can't criminalize senators doing their job when they have a constitutional requirement to fulfill. It would be irresponsible for me, in my opinion, as chairman of the committee, not to try to find out what happened. It would be irresponsible for me to tell the voters of South Carolina what I did without actually trying to find out what the right answer was.
You know, he has done nothing wrong as far as the criminal law in the state of Georgia is concerned.
But USC political science professor Kirk Randazzo says as a United States senator from South Carolina, Graham entered a gray area making those phone calls.
Senator Graham is not the senator from the state of Georgia. So it is irregular for the senator of a different state to call up and talk about the results of another state's election. Where Senator Graham has basically put his defense or his justification is that he was also chair of the Senate Judiciary Committee.
Senator Graham, who is a staunch ally of former President Trump, believes politics played a role in the investigation.
I voted to certify the election. To suggest I'm part of some grand scheme to overturn the election makes no sense given my actions. It speaks to where we're at more than anything else. It's me today, it could be somebody else tomorrow. We're opening up Pandora's box. I think the system in this country is getting off the rails, and we have to be careful not to use the legal system as a political tool.
Despite the grand jury's recommendation, the prosecutor decided against pressing charges against Graham. Local attorney Joe Leventis gives this explanation.
The grand jury is not privy to everything that's happened in the investigation. So if there's something that they're not necessarily privy to that the government is, then the government can ultimately decide to not sign off on the indictment.
I wouldn't change anything I did because I owe it to the people in this state and really the country at large to figure out. Accusations are being made, they're flying, just to sit by and do nothing, which a lot of people on the left would like us all to do. Just shut up and be quiet, not ask questions. I think I made a responsible decision.
In Columbia, Zoe Henry, News 19, WLTX.
And following the 2020 election, Georgia's Secretary of State says Senator Graham asked if he had the power to throw out questionable mail-in ballots. But the senator maintains he never pressured Georgia leaders to change the outcome of the election there. We have much more on this story for you right now. You can find it on our website, WLTX.com.